Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome back once again to the channel. You know it is with you, JJ, once again. First time here, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Don't forget about the notification bell so you know when I post the next video or live stream. Today, we're going to talk about thermal paste. I've done a lot of thermal paste tests over the years, and honestly, I thought I had a pretty good idea of how this one was going to go. You know how it is. You line up a few pastes, you run the same stress test, you expect, get a nose itch too. You expect a couple degrees here, a couple degrees there, nothing really dramatic. But this time, this one actually caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting the gap to be this big. Definitely, I wasn't expecting the behavior that I saw under load. So today I'm walking you through exactly what happened and what I found. Same CPU, same cooler, same mounting pressure, same ambient temp, same workload. I controlled everything in a variable setting that I could. So because I wanted this to be a fair as possible test. And even with everything locked down, one of these pastes just decided to completely rewrite the script. I'm talking about temperature spikes, setting behaviors, and long-term stabilities that made me stop mid-test and go, okay, I'm still doing it. And I said, okay, what happened right now? Why is this happening right now? Before I get into the results, let me set the stage. I cleaned the CPU and the cooler completely, reapplied each thermal paste using the exact same method, ran the same 30-minute load test, followed by a cooldown cycle. Nothing fancy, nothing exotic, just real-world scenarios that reflects what creators and gamers actually do. And right away, on the first run, I noticed something weird. The temps weren't just different. But the curve was different. The way the CPU ramped up and settled down didn't match what I normally see. And that's when I realized this wasn't going to be a typical 2-degree difference kind of video. And it wasn't neither. When I swapped to the next paste, everything behaved exactly how I expected. Smooth ramp, predictable peak, stable plateau. And then I went back to the first one to double check because I thought maybe I messed up the mounting or the spread or something. Nope, same behavior, same spike, same weird settling. And the more I tested, the more obvious it became that this wasn't a fluke. This paste was genuinely performing in a way I've never seen in my setup. Now, I'm not here to tell you that the one thermal paste is going to magically fix your temps or turn your CPU into a different product. Not going to do it. But I am here to show you that not all paste behave the same. And sometimes the differences are big enough that you can actually feel them in the real world workloads. And if you're someone who edits, streams, renders, or pushes your system hard, those differences matter. So in this video, I'm going to break down the numbers and explain why the results surprised me as much as it did. And if you're building a PC sooner or thinking about repasting your CPU, this might help you decide what's worth using or what's not. So if you enjoy the deep dive testing like this, make sure you hit the subscribe button because I got a lot more hardware experiments coming in the near future that I think you're going to love. And if you had your own weird thermal paste experience, good or bad, drop them in the comments, the description below. I always like seeing what the community runs into out of the wild. So, all right, let's get into the results because this is the thermal paste test that genuinely shocked me. Okay, here we go. Here's the results. The Arctic MX4 At idle sits at 44C. Full load goes up to 72C. BSFF thermal paste at idle sits at 51C, and then at full load it's at 82C. Corsair TM30 performance thermal paste at idle was giving me 46C, and at full load it was giving me 78C. Noctua NTH1, sorry. At idle, it was giving me 48C, and then at full load, it was giving me 74C. Now, here we go. Thermal Grizzly Crown Knot. This is the shocker that shocked me. It was sitting at a temperature at idle. It was at 47C, and the full load was at 74C. Out of 5 different thermal pastes, I found that the Arctic MX4 was the better thermal paste, and at cost, very effective for today's thermal paste. I got this 20-ounce tube. If you guys haven't seen it before, we'll show it to you again. My fingers always get in there. That 20-ounce tube that was sent to me by Mr. Machine, which he picked it up on Amazon. This tube is lasting me a long time. And I just recently done a repasting on the AMD RX 5500 GPU, and I will be testing that GPU soon, so make sure you guys check that out. It'll be on a different video, by the way. Okay, I went to Amazon, did the price comparison on some of these. So the Arctic MX4, you can get a 20-gram tube for $20. The BSFF thermal paste, 1.8 gram tube for $5.99. Corsair TM30 performance thermal paste is 3 grams for $7.60 a tube. Noctua NTH1 10 grams is $16.95, and Thermal Grizzly Crown Knot is for 5.5 grams is $21.99. As you can see, all the pricings that you can price for you. Listen, you can price it for yourself on Amazon, but overall, the price to performance on the CPU, or you can use it for your GPU as well. Remember, you can use it for your CPU or your GPU. I used it for a GPU and the CPU because I know the MX4 will work. I thought these were the best as far as when it comes to the thermal paste, but the MX4 was the best that I thought, in my opinion. If you have your own, you can make your own decisions when it comes to your thermal paste, and you can decide what you want to do. You want to test it yourself and try it out and see what it works on your rig, that's up to you. But my conclusion to this all, the MX4 was the best one that I thought out of all of them. Because of the price, that's 1. Thermal conductivity, that's 2. And the length of time between pastings, that's another thing. So you can make your decision. Everybody's going to say, well, Thermal Grizzly is the best one in the world, trust me. There's better ones out there too. I'm not knocking them. I don't knock any one of these companies that make these thermal pastes. Okay? I just tell you what my real world results are. And that's what I'm bringing today. So, if you made it to the end of the video and you enjoyed it, hit the subscribe button. The little thing that's, how can I point it? Like, I'm trying to point, but here, we'll just put it up there. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Don't forget about the notification bell so you know when I post the next video. Until the next time and the next video, you know what it is, and we'll see you on the next one.
Take shit, I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.